and he's going to talk to you, ask questions and everything. But I got an agenda, so we're on a time frame, because I know he likes to talk.
Yeah.
And I do too. I have to tell you, a little story. I almost forgot. So when I got out of high school, I worked in a bank. And the deacon of my church, he knew I had to get together. So Bob would say to the people at church and everything, I worked in a bank. If you go to Shelton Savings Bank, this is in Connecticut, and there's a line around the building at the drive-up, don't go to the drive-up, Florence is working. Because that means she's talking to all the people. So we like to gab, but then we're Christians. And we like to share what God's doing in our lives. So President Ryan is going to come up, and then we are going to start testimonies when he's done. Okay? He's posting.
I am.
Oh, see? We're right on time.
I just posted, or I actually just sent a text in.
You're welcome.
I just sent a text to the senior pastor here,
Oh.
Kurt Parker.
Pastor Kurt.
And he couldn't be here today, but I said I'd send a text just so he would know.
I forgot to thank you, yes. We need
So
to thank you.
he's excited about that. I am excited. And I tell you right now, when CLI started in 2006, we had 6 students. 1 actually completed anything. The second year we had 26 students and 5 did anything. And the next year we had like 50 some students and like 10 did anything. And in this room, that's the first 3 years. And then at 2010, it went, new students jumped to 10,000.
Wow.
And that's the year, by the way, that's another story we can't get into today, where spiritual warfare attacked our family in 2011 and 12. And how many have had spiritual warfare in your studies?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like, isn't that something? If you were actually going to go and go gambling or go to the casinos or do anything like that, you wouldn't have the amount of spiritual warfare that you would have.
No.
You think that's really where you get the spiritual warfare. You shouldn't be there. There's more. No. You do one thing in studies, and you get that if the angels are talking about you, that means the devil demons are talking about you, right?
Amen.
Okay? So I am proud in the Lord of every one of you. And here's another thing. When you don't have tuition that's forcing you to get the studies done. It's internal motivation. That's a different motivation. How many of you, some of you went to college here, I know, there is something about the gun of tuition to force you to get your studies done, right? Okay? Because I'm paying all this, but in this, you don't have that. If you don't want to do it, you don't do it. If you don't watch TV, you just watch TV. Right. When the attack of the evil one is so, directed, it's like, in his mind, all the evil one has to do is distract you. You won't get anything done. And 6 months will go by and your classes are passed. But you had to figure out. And your spouse, if you're married, had to figure out how to support that. Okay, so all of that tells me that these are the warriors for Jesus Christ.
Amen.
In this town, in this place, coming together. Many of you come from long distances. I think Florence is going to talk about that in a little bit. So, this is what's called, when we first started this, when we had a meeting, I pretty much got to set the agenda and we did whatever I want. But now CLI is growing. You have a whole team of people, Florence, my daughter, and a bunch of other volunteers, and all of you, and Princess. So now I no longer do what I want, I do what I'm told. Because the next generation of leaders is coming, and there will be another generation. There'll be another generation. And there are generations of Christian Leaders Institute leaders now. They're starting movements in Tanzania. There's also Tanzania. And there's also South Africa. And Pennsylvania. And Transylvania.
Absolutely.
In 180 nations. In fact, any large place that you go to now, if you just go, pick a card, any card, pick a big city, pick Lagos, Nigeria. Boom, you have Christian Leaders Institute train students everywhere, and it's amazing to hear their stories. I was just in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and how many of you follow that on the story? Did you see that? Okay. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you can see like the African report. So January, I'm in South Africa, and in South Africa, we went 2,000 miles of travel in a van in South Africa. And South Africa is a crazy place because there are no fences and the cattle and everything. So you're going 65 miles an hour in the middle of nowhere, and big, monstrous beasts walk right in front of you. There's great poverty and there's great wealth. But I'll tell you right now, rich or poor in South Africa, guess what you get to get? Ministry training. You get an opportunity. We had, when Nelson Mandela made the big change in South Africa, really a large amount of people had different understanding of equality. But at first, there was no education and chaos. In fact, a lot of chaos is still there. So we'll have, in South Africa now, people that had no opportunity before 1994 are now getting degrees at CLI. But guess what? We're still the only opportunity. So the change did not bring them opportunity. The Lord has used CLI to give them opportunity. It's the coolest thing. So we had one African black minister who never had the opportunity. He had a church of 300 people, 200 to 300 people, no training, and he went 5 hours by rickety bus to get to one of these meetings. And all he kept doing was like touching me. Because he just wanted to say, he has 90 credit hours. He was just like touching me and saying, thank you. And I'm like, okay. We weren't worried about the coronavirus at that time. But that's what the Lord is doing. Opening doors for people who never dreamed that they would get high quality, college level, higher education in ministry. And our enterprise classes in Africa are pretty amazing too, because these enterprise classes are teaching basic enterprise that they never learned. It's one thing to give someone a fish. What do they have to do? You gotta give them another one. What if you teach them how to fish? That's a lot better. What if you teach them how to make the fishing poles, how to make the distribution network for the fishing poles, teach them how to figure out how to get more people fishing? That's even better yet. And that's what education does. It doesn't gives them something, it gives them way more. It gives them a culture. And that is what this is. Confidence and competence and vision. And that's what we saw when we were in Africa.